Today I'm going to be taking a look at Zoho PageSense 3.0. This is an application from Zoho that hasn't received a whole lot of TLC over the last few years, but I think this update holds a lot of promise, and one of the reasons we hadn't recommended it for prime time was its inconsistency with results, which I think this update is going to fix with one of the new features. Before I jump in though, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button below. It really helps out our channel, and let's go ahead and dive into this update. So diving into this article, if you want to go ahead and follow with me, I went ahead and provided the link in the description below. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of the first updates. The server-side experimentation, I think, is a major one. Some of the features PageSense had to offer did all of the loading, I should say, on the front end of the site, which, you know, if you're into SEO or page speed, this really bogged down your site. So the fact that you can now do it on the server side and run your A/B test on the back end instead of the front end as the user's visiting the page, this should drastically reduce the load times on your page, deliver a consistent experience because it's not depending on cookies anymore. So especially if they're rejecting cookies, this wouldn't work effectively. And it's keeping, sensitive business logic off the client side, which is important. And then improved performance on high traffic, latency sensitive pages. All of these are important, especially I remember looking back and doing some page tests, speed tests, looked like GT metrics back in the day. And when we had PageSense loaded, we saw a drastic drop in our score versus when we removed it. So ultimately, this is going to fix a lot of load time speed on your website, which is huge because the last thing you want to do, it's important to run these A/B tests and kind of see what works, what doesn't work. But the last thing you want to do is lose traffic because your page is loading too slow. Next, we have mobile app tracking and push notifications. This is a big update too, because before this didn't exist. With the new tracking code, you can now re-engage users across iOS and Android with push notifications. So what does this mean? Well, what you can do is track user activity, retention, and acquisition sources. You can analyze screen views. So much like you have the heat map for desktop, you can now see how customers and clients are interacting with your website when they view it on a mobile device. Maybe, they're not clicking where you want to. Well, you can now see why they aren't, where they're getting frozen up, maybe what they are clicking on instead. Also, a lot of people sometimes neglect mobile app too. So this is a good way to, better analyze your traffic, especially if a lot of your traffic is going to be on mobile device, which oftentimes for clients, I find that's the case. And most websites and features are built for desktop, and mobile is often neglected. Next, we can identify drop-off points, which is what I kind of just mentioned. And lastly, trigger push notifications to phone based on real lifetime behavior. This has a lot of potential, and we're going to dive into this more in a follow-up tutorial we're going to do as we install all of these features and test them out. Next, we have multi-armed Bandit testing. This is a cool new feature that takes A/B testing. Instead of the manual distribution, where you would go ahead and do 50-50, you can now go ahead and based on the visitor results, it'll automatically distribute more visitors to the winning page until the A/B test results are conclusive. And it'll kind of do this process for you where you set it and forget it. So the winning variation will go ahead and get more traffic sooner, and then poor performing pages will be deprioritized automatically, as we can see down here. And then we'll get faster results with less wasted traffic. I have a little bit mixed feelings about this because a little curious on how it decides, because depending on the time of day or week or what campaigns you're running on the pages, maybe traffic's going to vary a little bit. I still might do the manual distribution, but we'll go ahead and take a look at this next week or the following week as we do a deeper dive. We went ahead and set some of these features up on the back end of our site so we can see real-time results in the upcoming weeks, and then provide you feedback on how this actually works with more detail. Next, we have AI-powered insights with Ask Zia. So like other applications like CRM, analytics, you can now ask Zia with preset questions or your own questions on various data with inside the application, in this case, PageSense. So we can use the preset questions now to acquire more information about acquisitions, behavior, engagement on your website, get intelligent follow-up suggestions automatically, and discover trends and anomalies without analytical expertise. Very curious to see what it can answer. Does it work also if you have Tag Manager integrated or other Google tools? There's a handful of integrations inside of Zoho PageSense. So we'll be diving also into this more in the following tutorial. I have this all being set up on our site, and we'll go ahead and ask it some common questions on a day-to-day basis that I might need to know for my marketing needs and how traffic's engaging on our website. And now we get to the meat and potatoes of this latest 3.0 rollout, the smart code for optimized tracking. So previously you just had this synchronization or asynchronous code that you would embed on your website. Now you have the smart code, and I think this is going to resolve a lot of the tracking issues that it was having before, because what it makes better, load efficiently without blocking page rendering, minimizes payload size, reduces layout shifts, and supports improved core web visuals. I have a feeling too, this will also give us better website traffic analytics and actually track users and visitors more accurately, giving us more real-time data, more accurate data, I should say, in real time for that matter, and reduce, page speed, SEO, or user experience impacts it might have had in the past. So I went ahead and installed this, and we'll be taking a look next week on a 1 week scale to see how accurate it was compared to Google Analytics and Sales IQ and PageSense, if it actually is going to give me real numbers and real data that I'm looking for, at least be a lot closer than it was in the past. Lastly, we have a redesigned dashboard. Excited to see this. It looks pretty sharp. I've taken a look on it. We'll take a look at this dashboard more in depth in the next video. But some things to look forward to is we have live visitor activity, including new and returning users. So much like Sales IQ, sessions, page views, and engagement metrics, conversion performance, acquisition channels, and geographic breakdowns. Previously, you'd have to tab between different features or different sections inside the app. Now you can create a nice dashboard to kind of get all of the key analytics and data you want at a quick glance. In wrapping up the 3.0 news, we have the agency model. Finally, we have one centralized control panel for if you're an agency running multiple clients, you can now manage all your clients from one control panel. You can have isolated org IDs for data security, unified visibility into experiments and analytics, depending on who's running these experiments and analytics. Maybe you don't want some pages open for everyone to see. Bulk visitor licensing with flexible quota allocation. I'm curious to learn more about this. And then lastly, real-time usage monitoring and alerts. So a lot of these features that agencies were looking for, ourselves included, when we had our web agency division, this would have been huge back in the day for us to use, because we were pretty much running PageSense experiments for all of our clients. Really awesome update. Excited to test it out and get our hands dirty. And maybe you'll see PageSense jump up on our website from the probably to definitely section here in the upcoming weeks. Kudos to Zoho for rolling this all out. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching.